Russian military forces initiated a large-scale aerial bombardment of the Ukrainian capital early on Friday, which officials have described as one of the most intense assaults in recent months. The attack involved a combination of over 100 attack drones and powerful missiles that targeted residential districts and critical infrastructure throughout Kyiv. Local authorities reported that the strikes triggered multiple explosions and sparked large fires in several neighborhoods as air defense systems worked to intercept the incoming projectiles. Vitaly Klitschko, who served as the mayor of Kyiv, confirmed that at least 11 people sustained injuries during the raids, including a pregnant woman and another individual who remains in critical condition. Emergency response teams were dispatched immediately to the affected areas, where they worked to extinguish flames that had engulfed high-rise apartment buildings and to rescue residents trapped by debris. The head of the military administration in Kyiv, Timur Gashenko, stated on the Telegram messaging app that the damage was widespread, with residential buildings in practically every district sustaining impacts from fallen debris and direct hits. The bombardment severely affected the city heating network, which has raised significant concerns about potential powers and water outages as the colder months approach. This assault on the capital is part of a broader escalation as Russian forces continue to unleash waves of guided bombs and ballistic weapons against various regions across Ukraine. While the capital faces aerial terror, the situation on the eastern front lines has deteriorated significantly for Ukrainian troops who are locked in grueling and continuous combat. Russian ground forces have successfully pushed deeper into the Donbass region and are now closing in on the strategic city of Myrnohrad while intensifying their battles around Pokrovsk. Reports from the field indicate that nearly half of all recent frontline clashes have occurred in this specific sector where Moscow is steadily gaining momentum. The Russian Defense Ministry claimed that its air defense forces successfully destroyed 130 Ukrainian drones overnight, which they describe as one of the largest interception operations of the war. This defensive success coincides with a rapid offensive by Russian ground troops who have reportedly taken control of key zones in Pokrovsk and Kupiansk. Frontline footage and testimonies from soldiers describe a chaotic environment where Ukrainian defenders are retreating under heavy bombardment. Some accounts suggest that soldiers have been forced to abandon their posts and equipment due to the overwhelming pressure. The defense of the Donbass region appears to be under immense strain, with some observers suggesting that the defensive lines are on the brink of collapse. Russian forces have also claimed fresh territorial gains in Kharkiv, Dnipropetrovsk, and Zaporizhzhia, which further stretch the capacity of the Ukrainian armed force to hold their position. The strategic balance of the conflict is being altered by the introduction and effective use of advanced missile systems by the Russian Federation. Russian forces recently executed a devastating strike on a Ukrainian drone regiment in the Kramatorsk direction of Donbass using the Iskander M ballistic missile system. The Russian Defense Ministry released footage of this precision attack, which was carried out after reconnaissance drones confirmed the exact locations of the target. The strike reportedly inflicted heavy losses in both manpower and specialized equipment. Military analysts have noted that the Iskander M is becoming a key asset in the Russian arsenal, particularly as interception rates for the weapon have declined. In addition to the Iskander M, the conflict has seen the re-emergence of the missile known by NATO as the SSC-8 or the Screwdriver. This land-launched cruise missile is designed by NPO Novator and is integrated into the Iskander K system. It combines stealth capability with extreme precision and an extended range that reportedly exceeds 1,200 kilometers. The missile can carry either conventional or nuclear warheads and represents a significant technological advantage for Moscow. Its use signals a direct warning to Western nations as the range of the SSC-8 places large parts of European territory within its striking distance. This development comes as Kyiv continues to request American Tomahawk missiles, while Moscow demonstrates that it already possesses superior long-range strike capabilities. Diplomatic tensions have escalated alongside the violence of the battlefield as the Kremlin issues stern warning regarding the future of negotiations. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov declared that the position of the Ukrainian government is weakening day by day and warned that Kyiv will eventually be forced to end talks with Russia. Peskov emphasized that while Moscow remains open to a political settlement, it will continue its military operations to secure its long-term national interests. He specifically addressed comments made by United States Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who had suggested that Russia might be uninterested in peace. Peskov dismissed this claim and stated instead that it's Ukraine that has closed the door to diplomacy. The Kremlin spokesman asserted that current Russian actions are necessary to guarantee security for future generations as the intensity of the war and Western anxiety continue to rise. On the ground, the strategic situation for Ukraine is further complicated by Russian advances near Guliopol in the Zaporizhzhia region and movement close to Andrivka in the Dnipropetrovsk region. Military expert Andrei Marozhko noted that these advances have severe critical logistical arteries, including the routes from Otrano to Novouspenovskoye. The rapid and strategic nature of these Russian movements is reshaping the operational landscape and placing immense pressure on the Ukrainian leadership to decide whether to continue the fight under worsening conditions or to seek a negotiated end to the hostilities. If you have made it this far, congratulations. You have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. Considering the sheer scales of the coordinated Russian drones and missile strikes on Kyiv, combined with the rapid ground advances in key sectors like Pokrovsk and the use of advanced systems like the Iskander M, are we witnessing the definitive turning point of the war? Is this multi-front pressure campaign the final strategy that will force Ukraine into negotiations on Moscow's terms? Or is it a last-ditch effort that Ukrainian forces can still withstand and repel? And why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinion on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Like the video, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. And one more thing. I want to take a moment to address a question some of you may have. Why don't I use video clips in my contents? The reason is a commitment to both you, my audience, and the creative community as a whole. Navigating YouTube's copyright system can be incredibly challenging. The platform has strict policies regarding the use of others' content, which can lead to warning, copyrights, strikes, and even the permanent disabling of a channel. And having to go through the process with a YouTube agent for whatever problem they might have with my videos, recreate a YouTube channel after it has been permanently disabled, and try to get back the numbers of fans that I used to have is frustrating, and most of the time, I just want to give up. So I don't want to go through all of that dilemma. While it's possible to get permission from creators, the process can be time-consuming and doesn't always guarantee a timely response, which could delay bringing you the content you are here for. So to avoid these potential headaches and stress, and to ensure this channel remains a reliable source of information for the long term, I have made the deliberate choice to focus on original content and commentary without relying on third-party video clips footage. I understand this might not be the typical format you see on YouTube, but I believe that by focusing on high-quality, original reporting, my channel will go a long way. Together, we can build a strong, faithful, and loyal community. My goal is to create a sustainable channel that you can depend on for now and to ensure its stability for the long term. I am incredibly grateful and relieved now that you understand why I do not use video clips. Thank you for being a part of this journey, and share this video if you find it helpful. I'll see you guys in the next one.